Hi, I'm Jenna Ortega. I'm here with Harper's Bazaar UK, and I'm going to show you what is in my beauty bag. This is my bag. I've only started using this one this year. It's just kind of been with me throughout all my travel period. The first thing that pops out is actually this hairbrush, which I realized this morning when I was packing for this. I think that I have had this for over a decade. I think one of the first jobs I was ever on was this little show, and I noticed that everyone in LA, I was so impressed by. I just started working with hair and makeup artists for the first time, and everyone had these Mason Pearson brushes, and I thought it was so cool. I thought that that was the bougie, elevated thing that everybody did. So I talked so much about, there's that orange hairbrush again, that as a rack gift, a hairstylist gave me this brush, this mini travel size one. The label is all worn off, and the bristles are kind of frayed, but I use this and have used this pretty much every day since. Next up, I have this product that I started using this year. Love it. It's R&Co with Jenny Cho, who's an incredible hairstylist. She did my hair today, actually. And it's just a texture balm. I did a really severe chop at the end of last year. I did kind of a wolf cut, I think is what I was kind of just going for a shag. And it's probably the shortest my hair has ever been, but it had a lot of layers and I didn't know how to style it. I've never really put that much effort into my hair, so she gave me this and she used it on a shoot once and just started using it ever since because it smells so good. If I could smell like this all the time, I would. But it really is so easy. I don't really have to, maybe blow dry my hair a little or something if I'm in a rush and I don't want to walk out of the house with sopping wet hair. But you just put like a little dime-sized bit in your hand and rub it around and it's perfect. And it's light. I don't feel like it's thick or crunchy, or you could brush it out if you need to, add more if you need to. It's great. Recently, I've started to journal a lot, which I actually was never really into. I thought that it had to be a daily catalog, and I always had a hard time just jotting down my day. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I felt like things had to be more interesting or had to be more creative and artistic, and fortunately, that's kind of what that's become accidentally, but only because I allowed myself to fully release and enjoy what I'm writing. I've been trying to practice mindfulness. I feel like this helps. This is my third journal of this year. The only thing about it, I like to jot dreams, ideas that I have, questions that I have. I used to write a lot of essays when I was younger. I know, loser. But I struggled with insomnia, and when I didn't know what to do at night, I would just find really fascinating topics that I was interested in regarding history or philosophy or just stupid hypotheticals. But I started jotting those down with pen and paper because I felt like I get more from it and I'm more satisfied and encouraged by it when I see it physically, and over the computer it gets kind of weird. But that's what I did for a very long time. The only problem with writing is my handwriting is very, I've been told it looks like spider legs, so I can't really read. I can't really reread it. But I remember things a lot better too when I write things down. But dreams, highly recommend jotting down your dreams. They become so vivid, so creative. It's funny because I'm not even really in them anymore. I'm kind of watching it. I would love to direct one day too, and I feel like I'm editing film in my head, which is a really, really bizarre feeling, but interesting. And then I always wake up excited or inspired by what I just had. It's like when you watch a really good movie that you really resonate with, and then you feel excited to participate in life. You just have that kind of adrenaline after a good dream. That's what this does for me. Highly recommend journaling. Next up, I actually have a gift from my mom, and I always do this with my caps, and it's probably the most frustrating thing ever. I don't know why I leave the plastic rim around it, but it's these saffron vitamins. I started using this because I have really, really bad anxiety, and it feels like it could be debilitating at times. And I was working a lot, I was traveling a lot earlier this year, and I kept telling my mom, I don't know, it's hard, I find myself having a hard time relaxing or communicating or just even fulfilling work obligations because I was so in my head. But she got me these, and I feel like they help a lot. I feel like after a few months, I started to really feel them kick in, and they just kind of helped me feel a little bit more mindful and relaxed. So highly recommend for anybody who maybe struggles with that. Or I think it's always good to, if you can, turn to natural solutions before going another way. doesn't mean it's cured. I'm just saying. I'm not promising anything. As I've gotten older, I remember first kind of learning about beauty or what you could do with makeup or how you could style your hair. When I was maybe 10 or 11, I had a couple of older sisters, and my mom was always really into that sort of thing, and I didn't like the way makeup felt. I thought it felt kind of suffocating. And then I went through a phase when I was like 14, and for a couple of years, loved makeup. Wore full face, pink eyeshadow on a Sunday just because I could. I did silly stuff like that for a while, and then I think once I got to around 18, I dropped it. I was over it. Signature beauty style, I don't know if I've found the specific one just yet, but I'm pretty minimalistic. I think I like plain t-shirts, outfits, things like that. And then when it comes to beauty and makeup, I usually, because I wear makeup every day for work and there's also fake sweat and dirt and blood and things like that, I usually try to give my skin a break. So I don't wear too much outside of work, but sometimes for fun, it's also kind of therapeutic for me. I'll always have some sort of smudgy liner or something that looks lived in. I think the main thing that I get the most and most consistently is not covering freckles or not covering. And I remember I was insecure about them when I was younger, so I would say that that's probably because they can be pretty prominent on my face sometimes, depending on how much sun I'm getting and things like that. And because some people do still try to cover them up every once in a while, I think it's a good reminder that that's just in my face, and they're there for a reason. Because I don't wear a lot of makeup, when I can, I'll usually do a little bit of an eyelash curl, or sometimes it just makes me feel a bit more presentable when I go out and I go to shoots or I go to whatever, just a little something to kind of open up my eyes. Especially I suffer from really puffy eyes in the morning sometimes, so I think that kind of helps balance it out. I think everybody goes through a really bad eyebrow phase. Everyone. I think it's kind of a rite of passage. I feel like I learned so much, for better or for worse. I feel like I still don't know how to do eyebrows. It really depends on the day. Next up, I don't want to even show you the inside of this. It's a nub at this point. I also got this earlier this year. It's a Dior lipstick that I love. It's the shade 200 New Touch Satin. It's super cool. I mean, you could tell I wear this one down as well. But it's nice because you could build it. It could be a nice sheer look, or you could build it up to almost be nighttime look, but it's a very natural shade, very nude. I do have a skincare routine, but it's nothing. I would love to eventually kind of develop more pride or invest in it a little bit more, but I think for me right now, I've been so tired with work. I think it's, as soon as I get home, it's what is the quickest, most efficient, best way I can take all of this makeup off and then get in bed within 10 minutes. But my process, I wish that I had some sort of 12-step routine or anything like that, but I think I maybe used 4 products before bed, and that being it. Another thing, super worn down, super used. This is almost embarrassing. I've had this for maybe 2 years, and there's still at least half of the product in it. It's this Elizabeth Arden New York 8-Hour Cream. I was first introduced to this by Nirvana, who's my hair and makeup artist on Wednesday and Beetlejuice. Love you, Nirvana. But she started using this for me on the Wednesday set because I wear really dark lipstick on Wednesday, and sometimes because it's so matte, you could feel like it dried my lips out or something. And this 8-Hour Cream, it's kind of a much thicker, denser Vaseline. So if you put it on right before bed, your lips feel full and rejuvenated. But we always started off our day with this. And then if we felt we needed it throughout the day, we try to use it sparingly. But it's an incredible product. I have it with me everywhere. Don't open it on planes. Learned that the hard way. But this is really, really great, and it's skin protected. So if you ever feel like you have too much on your lips or you have excess product, you could use it for your cuticles and things like that, which I used to have a bit of a picking problem. And I feel like this has actually helped. If you open it on a plane, it's just everywhere. And it's so thick, it just spills out everywhere. Or even just a slight twist, it oozes out the side. It's kind of gross and sticky. I got these as a gift to myself on Christmas of 2021. And the best purchase I've ever made, I think. I can't imagine traveling without noise-canceling headphones. I can't imagine doing anything. I'll do my dishes wearing these headphones. I go to set wearing these headphones. I really love music, and I feel like the sound quality on these ones specifically, I've tried a couple of headphone brands now. I've become kind of obsessed in recent years and have tried new products, but I keep coming back to these. Sony WH-1000 XM4s. It's a hefty name, but incredible headphones. I feel like music is probably, I don't know what I would do without music, and I don't think I would be able to function without it. I think I've said before, and I still remain true to this, I would love to be able to compose one day, or at least be able to make my own compositions and play a little bit, so I consistently have a soundtrack for almost every second of every day. I feel bad if my playlists aren't turning out the way that I want them to, or if I haven't made a playlist. It's my love language. I think I feel the most beautiful when I like my own laugh, or I enjoy, I don't know. I don't know if that's specific enough or not, but when I was younger,